Welcome back. It is your Wednesday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, as we celebrate Africa Month and the power of homegrown storytelling, we welcome a veteran, a South African actor, director, playwright, producer. Yes, he ticks all those boxes. It is Kurt Egelhof, and I can't wait to get into this conversation because with a career spanning over 4 decades in theatre, film and television, Egelhof is now turning the page quite literally with the launch of a 4-book collection. It all goes down this month, and I can't wait for you to see all about it. It's these works, they are rich in personal and political narratives and offer profound exploration of identity, resilience and the South African experience. So Kurt joins us to discuss this new chapter quite literally in his creative journey. Kurt, welcome. Can we give him a feel-good welcome, please? I mean, the man is deserving. And I've got to say congratulations. I can't wait to get into all 4 of these. I know we had a bit of a chat right now all about it, but I want to talk about this transition because anytime a creative moves from one to the other and does the pivot, as we got to know during 2020, I'm really curious about stage to screen to book writing. So tell me more about that.
So very, very simply put, I stopped subscribing to that linear journey of an artist.
Ooh.
Once I discovered that, like, that digital approach towards making movies was, like, cool. So I adopted that with whatever skills I had and added extra skills that I needed as I went along. So becoming all those titles, those are just titles.
Right.
I was always me, interested in expressing my voice. So I'd pick up this genre, pick up that genre, pick up that genre to find expression. And the beauty of all of it was I found the common denominator narrative, the common denominator content between all of it. So I thought, hey, I could do this in my sleep if I never left the bed. I'd write the thing, act in the thing, direct the thing, produce the thing, edit the thing, and I'd never have to leave home. But it was a very exciting journey to put all these things together. What made me change was I thought, why should I wait around for my movie scripts to get made when I can make a much cheaper version? Well, movies, we know we're in the millions when it comes to those budgets.
Right.
I can make a much cheaper version of my content by just taking the time. So I took the time, a lot of years, to get this thing out.
When you say a lot of years, what are we talking, Kurt?
So the first thing I wrote, let's just give a round off of 10 years. The first thing I wrote became the last book in the series.
Wow.
And it was so complex. I wrote it in the whole thing in the first person.
Sure.
So no, this is he saw this beautiful flower and walked up. It was all like, wow, that's a beautiful flower. Let me give it a smell. So first person thoughts and dialogue.
Right.
But again, it's too complex even for me. So that's what took the 10 years to crack.
Yeah, of course.
But once I cracked that and got it more balanced and more digestible for viewers, I just reverse engineered the narratives.
Right.
And started with a teenager experience, and those were my bookends.
All the way through. Well, let's talk about that because Adventure Boys, Palace of Broken Dreams, getting into Man Overboard, and then my favorite title, which is the last one, The Accidental Death of a Good Colored Man. I mean, come on, that piqued many people's interest right now. Take us through this journey. What can we expect when we pick up any one of your books?
First of all, once you discover that death is a part of life, then you realize, hey, I can play with a full set of cards here.
Sure.
No more just all about life. So throughout my book series, I made sure to include this thing, and The Accidental Death of a Good Colored Man was a great climax. Sorry, I forgot the question.
I was just curious about what people can expect when they pick up any of your books.
Okay. Expect to get shaken. Because whilst it looks like I'm a sort of a light, fun guy in my public persona, there's a deep, passionate, angry 17-year-old senior delinquent inside there.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I embrace all of me. And so people can expect to get a good insight into these characters because we'll discuss it later. I start from a point of view of fictional autobiography.
Sure.
This means autobiography is clear. It must have happened to you and you must know. And you must believe that it's universal experience.
Right.
Because what happens to you is not isolated.
Yeah.
There's 8 billion of us who are having the same experiences. So take your autobiography, make it universal by fictionalizing things that audiences can hang on.
I love that.
So it becomes their story.
Yeah.
They go, hey, I experienced something like this. But when you add some of the other...
Just embellishments.
Yes, the embellishments.
I love that.
When you add some of those embellishments, they go like, wow, for example, the one book happens on a cruise ship. How many people want to go on a cruise ship?
Me.
All of us.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Except, what about the people who live below the pleasure line on a cruise ship? The crew. Those people are also real human beings. They also, so I based that book inside that universe.
Incredible.
Yeah, and people can expect to get a warm, fuzzy feeling, as well as a little bit of, I call it tragicomedy.
Sure.
A little bit of aina in their own soul, inshallah, for themselves.
Absolutely. And I love that you said that, because you explore so many themes around racial identity and social justice as well. So I like that you balanced the comedy as well as our reality, things we go through. Was that important to you to do that?
Well, it was unavoidable.
Yeah.
You know, I was raised, for the first 8 years of my life, I was a single, my mom was a single parent because my dad died when I was very young.
Sure.
And I didn't realize the trauma that came with. So when I looked at the way I saw the world, I go, no, but I'm different, man, because we all see that.
Right.
But I started to embrace the way I was different. And I saw, hey, you're not a free spirit anymore. At like 15, you're not a free spirit anymore. There's a thing called apartheid.
Right.
And put you in your place. Huh? What just happened?
It shifts your whole world.
What just happened? I'm a cool little guy getting on. Okay, no, you're not. You stand in that queue, you catch that bus, you go to that school, you and you don't mix with those people. It's like not gonna happen in my life once I'm out of this trap. And so the first thing when I got out of high school, oh yeah, I was the generation who was throwing stones in 1976, who was protesting oppression in 1976. And we had to do flag-raising things in Holland. In matric, I reckon, that's the last time I'm ever going to raise that flag. And so when I got to university, I just became rebellious. I remember my mom saying, rebel without a cause. I was like, you read it wrong, ma'am. You read it wrong. Yeah, so I can't leave out the racial identities, the class identities and the struggles and the reality of all South Africans. We think, oh, only those people are suffering. I've got news for you. We're all suffering. The 1% who own the world, they're not suffering because they're bored and they don't know what to do with their multi-trillions. But the rest of us,
we're in it.
We're in it.
Yeah.
And those realities are inescapable. So I don't write escapism and I don't write it's pure comedy. I like to add tragedy as well.
I love that. Well, I mean, all 4 books are going to be available this Thursday, right? We're launching, which I'm really excited about.
Well, today's it's
Wednesday?
Yeah, today's next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Oh, we're building
in
that
Johannesburg.
It's fine. We forgive you for leaving the mother city behind, but
no,
Johannesburg.
You lost and you're the best.
Okay. We'll take it. You are in for such a treat. The 29th is when it all goes down. You can see all 4 of those books, 4-book collection. Absolutely incredible, Kurt. We thank you for honoring your calling and blessing us with this, and we can't wait to delve right into it. So congratulations once again.
Cool runnings. Thank you.